Welcome to the video lecture series on pattern recognition. This is Josna Devi Bodapati, Assistant Professor, Department of CSE, VFSTR. This course is offered as a department elective in the first semester of the final year. So, in this session, we will be discussing the overview of the course. So, the agenda of the session is, I will just give you the brief overview of the course. So, like what will be covered in the entire semester, and then I will discuss what are the outcomes of the course, then what are the textbooks that you can refer for this course, and also I will give you overview of the evaluation criteria that is followed during this course. The first unit of this course majorly covers about the introduction. So, like you will be able to understand what pattern recognition is, then what are the applications of the pattern recognition. So, we will be focusing more on the real time applications. So, then you will be able to understand what is clustering, what is classification, and what are the different pattern recognition systems that are available and when to use which kind of application. So, all those things will be covered in this first unit, and in addition, we will be discussing various mathematical preliminaries that are required for understanding of the pattern recognition systems. So, we will be giving much focus to the linear algebra concepts like vectors, matrices, then little focus will be given to probability theory and also the calculus concepts. So, in the second unit of this course, we will be majorly focusing on the classification concepts. So, what is classification and what are various classification techniques that can be applicable to various problems. So, that is what will be discussed in the second unit of this course. So, basically we will be focusing mostly on the Bayesian decision theory and the k nearest neighborhood classification concept, then what are various linear discriminant functions that can be used, and how to derive a nonlinear decision boundary. So, when the given problem is a nonlinear classification problem. So, all these concepts will be covered as part of your second unit. Then coming to the third unit, so this unit covers the clustering concepts. So, given the set of objects, how do you group the given objects? So, that is what basically clustering is, and various clustering concepts like the k-means clustering algorithm, then single linkage and the complete linkage clustering problem. So, then the other clustering algorithms like minimum spanning tree algorithm, so then the DB scan clustering algorithm, and so the k-medoids clustering algorithm, which is a variation of the k-means clustering. So, these are all the types of clustering algorithms we will be discussing as part of the third unit. In addition, we will also discuss what the visualization techniques that can be used to visualize the given data set. And coming to the next unit, the fourth unit, we will be discussing various feature selection methods. So, there are some univariate methods and also the bivariate methods. So, then we will be discussing various feature selection methods like branch and bound algorithms, then the sequential backward algorithm and the forward algorithm. So, these are the concepts that we will cover, and in addition to the feature selection algorithms, we will also discuss what is the training set and what the test set is, and how to get the validation set given the data set. So, all those basic concepts we will be discussing. So, in addition to that, how do you standardize and normalize the given data, and what are the advantages of applying the standardization or normalization to the given data set. So, that is what will be covered as part of the fourth unit. So, coming to the last unit, that is the fifth unit of the course. So, we will be discussing some of the recent classification algorithms like basically the neural networks models. So, the perceptron algorithm and the multi-layer perceptron, which is shortly called as MLP. So, those concepts will be covered in the first half of the last unit. Then in addition to that, we have certain dimensionality reduction techniques, so like PCA, kernel PCA and LDA. So, those concepts will be covered in this unit, and in addition some of the recent advancements of the pattern recognition systems will also be covered. So, like support vector machines, then the fuzzy C-means clustering, and also will be giving an outline or the overview of the soft computing and the neurofuzzy concept. So, that is what basically will be covered as part of the fifth unit. So, the course is all about various classification algorithms, clustering algorithms and the dimensionality reduction algorithms. So we'll be studying all these concepts as part of this course. Then coming to the outcomes of the course, so at the end of this semester after studying this course, so the student will be able to understand various machine learning algorithms for pattern recognition. So given the problem, so how to, whether you need to apply classification algorithm or clustering, and when to apply normalization. So what are the various problems that, what are the various machine learning algorithms that can be used for the given problem. So all these concepts the student will be able to understand. In addition, given the problem, so he will be able to understand how to apply a specific machine learning algorithm for the given situation. And also he will be able to analyze the performance of the given pattern recognition system or the machine learning algorithm. So if you have different options, then based on the performance measures you can select which model is better. So what are the various performance measures and how do you analyze the performance of the given machine learning algorithm? So the student will be able to do that. And also the student will be able to implement various machine learning algorithms like k-nearest neighborhood classification, so then the perceptron learning algorithm, then how to design a multi-layer perceptron, which is basically a neural network architecture, then how a support vector machine can be implemented. So all these things will be covered as part of this course. The student will be able to do all these things during the course. Then also for any given real-time problem, so he will be able to design a solution and also he will be able to solve that using the open source platforms. So then in addition to the theory course, so this course is actually an integrated course which is integrated with the lab. So as part of the lab, we will be implementing various classification techniques, so like KNN, SVM, multi-layer perceptron, simple perceptron algorithm, then also few of the clustering algorithms like k-means, k-medoids, so how to do the segmentation or the clustering. So those algorithms, not only the theoretically we will be studying, so the student will also be able to implement them. So then when the given data is high dimensional, so you will not be able to implement them directly. So in that case, how to reduce the given set of features using the feature selection algorithms. So that also will be discussed as part of the course, and also so we'll be giving the hands-on sessions so that the student will be able to implement these algorithms and he will be able to understand so when we can apply the feature selection algorithms, and he will be able to decide whether to apply or not and what is the advantage of using these feature selection techniques. So all those things the student will be able to understand. So then in addition to that, we'll be discussing some of the feature reduction techniques also. Both feature selection techniques and the feature reduction techniques can be used basically to reduce the dimensionality of the data. So when the given data is higher dimensional in nature, then instead of applying the algorithms in the higher dimensional space, it can be reduced to the lower dimensional space. So while discussing these things in the course, you will be able to understand so why we should reduce the dimensions of the data. So there are basically two different ways to reduce the dimensions of the data. So one is the feature selection and the other one is the dimensionality reduction techniques. So both the things we will be discussing as part of your PR lab. So not only theoretically we will be discussing these concepts, we will be implementing all these concepts. So the student will be getting solid understanding of the pattern recognition systems. Then coming to the textbooks, so for your reference, I have given some of the famous textbooks for the pattern recognition course. So basically pattern recognition classification by Duda Hartz, it's a very interesting book for the beginners. Then in addition, you can also refer to the statistical pattern recognition book by Fukunaga. So it's also an interesting book. Then in addition, so I suggest you to go through the other textbooks like pattern recognition by Theodoridis, and also another book by pattern recognition and machine learning, which is a very well written and interesting book by Bishop. So these are the 4 textbooks, so you better go through for your understanding. So these are the cover pages of these 4 textbooks I have quoted for your reference. Then coming to the evaluation criteria of the course, so we have a theory, then the lab and also the minor project. So basically minor project will give you the solid understanding of the concepts whatever you are learning in the theory. So in the theory course we will be discussing all the techniques, the pattern recognition techniques, and then we will be implementing those techniques in the lab. So but only with the limited data sets or the synthetic data sets will be implementing in the lab course. But we will be having a minor project where you will be given a real time problem. So like maybe heart disease prediction data set, such kind of data sets will be taking, and so you need to implement the solution for that given problem. So that's how the course is evaluated. So not only the theory and lab, so the student has to do a minor project. So this is about the pattern recognition course. So stay tuned to the coming lectures. So for the better understanding of this course. Thank you for watching this video.